But you have to be transparent. You can't do it just like that. The managers, line managers used to say, I had recommended a very high rating for you and promotion, but these HR people, they do it and all that. So we had now forced the line manager, you have to explain, you have to give that letter, you have to say that you are in this game, and you better answer, because you are in the committee to say that whether he is in the cluster 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Okay, so I know we are overshooting time, so I think I would ask the organizers, how much time would you give? Should this be the last question?
The last question.
Okay. Yeah.
So actually the point about the collaboration was in the context that you should not have a siloed organization in which you don't get anything done just because it is not in your area of work. You take ideas from anywhere that the ideas come from. You involve people. For 80% of what you do, you will be very clear about whether it is your role or it is not your role. But there would be occasions where something is important for the company, but it may not be something which you strictly have to do. So at that point, even if somebody else steps in or somebody else gives the idea and somebody else does it, it should be allowed. So that was the context. You will always be measured on what you are supposed to do, and that's good. That is how it should be. But on the other hand, you must also have the capability to collaborate and take ideas from others. And sometimes they may actually have a better idea which you should be able to run with. A lot of people have a problem if somebody gives an idea. If they give the idea, it's good, but if somebody else gives it, it's not that good. So that was the context.
So thank you. The organizers say that we should now close. Thank you for all the questions. And this, in summing, the employee engagement is very important, but I feel that we must all channel that energy which is there for competitive advantage. So competitive advantage, we must understand, say what is required for that competitive advantage, and channel all this engagement and energy for competitive advantage that will help business. Just having great satisfaction or a great fun and happiness of employees, if it is not leading to, it is good. I mean, I'm not saying again, it may not give the competitive advantage. So start from the competitive advantage. What is the competitive advantage the company has? And then channel all this engagement and energy into that through performance management, communications, and all other HR systems. I think that would be the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Each of the speaker in this session has provided a lot of insights to our understanding. And as the session going on, we are developing, I hope that we are developing more and more deeper understanding of the subjects and the more the issues which are going to be covered from the next two sessions. May I call Mr. Vinod Rohela from Ayurved to present the memento to Dr. Bhide. Thank you, sir. Dr. Divya Kriti from IBA will present a memento to Dr. Shalini Sayed. Mr. Rehan Suri from Jamia. Mr. Rehan Suri will present the memento to Mr. Neeraj Goel. Mr. Ashutosh from Thomas. Mr. Ashutosh will present it to Mr. Tripathi. We break for lunch now. We come back for the session number 3, sharp at 2 o'clock.
Start? Okay. I'd request all of you to be seated. Session 3. The topic for the session 3 is innovation and creativity, breakthrough in HR practices through technology and networking. Speaker for this session is Mr. Akhil Busrai, CEO Akhil Busrai Consulting, Suchitra Rajendra, Director OC PepsiCo Indian Region, Gautam Ghosh, Product Evangelist and Indian Marketing Brave New Talent, Rajesh Rai, Director HR UCB, Sandeep Sai, Managing Director Clickable.com. Few words about each of the speaker. Mr. Akhil Busrai graduated in commerce with a distinction. He obtained his MBA from Xavier Labor Relations Institute, where he has awarded the J.M. Kurmarappa Gold Medal. Before I actually start reading about their profile, may I request all of you to be here in the dais. Mr. Busrai, Suchitra, Mr. Ghosh, Rajesh Rai, and Sandeep Sai. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. I start again. Mr. Akhil Busrai graduated in commerce with a distinction. He obtained his MBA from Xavier Labor Relations Institute, where he was awarded the J.M. Kumarappa Gold Medal for ranking first. He later passed LLB and an advanced diploma in training and development. A university rank holder, he was awarded the Bharucha Gold Medal for academic excellence. He is currently pursuing PhD. Mr. Busrai has had 39 years experience in industry. He has worked with various HR roles with Unilever in Kenya and India, and was Executive Director HR Motorola for Asia Pacific countries. He worked with Shell Malaysia as Director HR, Shell Malaysia and Managing Director of Shell People Services, South Asia. His last assignment was with IBM India Limited as Executive Director, Human Resources. He is now CEO of Akhil Busrai Consulting. Mr. Busra has been actively associated with management movement in India, having been the president of DMA, vice chairman of All India Management Associations, Northern Region. He is on the National Council of CII and ASSOCHAM and on the board of several education institutes. He was awarded the Pathfinder Award by National HRD Network for being selected as Outstanding Seasoned HR Professional. Last year, he was adjusted among the most powerful HR professional in India at the Asia Pacific HRM Summit in Singapore. He was also bestowed Lifetime Achievement Award at Top Rankers Meet in Kuala Lumpur. He is a fellow of All India Management Association and past national president of National HRD Network. Mr. Busra is a keen student of non-verbal communication and is authoring a book on body language. He is an ardent wildlife enthusiast and a serious wildlife photographer. We welcome you here, sir. Suchitra Rajendra is a director OC, which I was told is organization capability, PepsiCo India. BSc 1990 from Mount Carmel College, Bangalore. MBA HR at 1992 from XLRI, Jamshedpur. Suchitra has over 15 years of rich HR experience in India and Australia in a variety of sectors ranging from not-for-profit to consulting to FMCG. She has both line HR, consulting and strategic HR experience. Currently, she is heading the organization capability vertical in PepsiCo India. She is responsible for building a comprehensive talent strategy which ensures that PepsiCo continues to grow sustainably. She is not only responsible for building the capability for managing the current challenges of the business, but also responsible for providing that leadership to the senior leaders on future talent needs. She is also leading the work on culture building and organization design, including sustaining a high values culture. Her current focus is on jump shifting, the senior leader capability building while keeping a sharp focus on ensuring that the organization has the right talent to compete and win at the marketplace. We welcome you, ma'am. Gautam Ghosh. Gautam is a product evangelist and the India marketing lead at Brave New Talent. He specializes in the areas of HR, organization development, and how business can leverage social media for organization learning and employee engagement. Earlier, he was a consultant with social business firm 2020 Social, where he led the talent practice, advising companies can build talent pipelines and internal employee engagement and development using emergent tools. Gautam has worked as an HR generalist and a learning and development executive in firms like Deloitte, Dell, Hewlett Packard, and Satyam Computer Services. He has done his MBA from XLRI in the year 1999. Gautam loves teaching and mentoring young HR professionals and has been a visiting faculty at an Indian B school also. He also manages a HR community of 1,400 professionals at www.humanresourcespeople.com. One of India's earliest bloggers since 2002, he blogged about HR, work career issues regularly. Gautam has given talks on social media at conferences and organizations. He is frequently quoted in the Indian press as an authority on business blogging and HR/career issues. He was named as one of the top 25 HR digital influencers of 2010, number 2 in the list of top 25 influencers in talent management by hrexaminer.com. Top 25 influencers in enterprise social media and has been featured as one of the 100 influencers in HR. We welcome you, sir. Rajesh Rai, Director, Human Resources, United Colors of Benetton. Rajesh is the Director, HR for United Colors of Benetton, India, one brand that engages in the design, manufacture and marketing of fashion apparel. He leads HR for Benetton, India and advises on HR aspects of other regions in Southeast Asia and Australia. His areas of specialization include HR strategy, talent management, strategic change management, competency modeling, leadership development, and assessment. He finds the area of compensation and benefits and organization design very exciting given the current economic times. His area of interest include employee engagement and organization development. Rajesh has previously been associated with organizations such as Arthur Andersen, Ernst & Young, where he worked for a wide range of sectors such as power, manufacturing, banking, and financial services, or in information technology and FMCG in the field of human resource consulting. He has explored the areas of large-scale organization design, organizational restructuring, change management among aspects on job evaluation, compensation and grade structuring, cultural audits, employee engagement, leader assessment and development, and HR aspects of mergers and acquisition situations. Rajesh was also associated with Adobe System India, an IT product major and an organization par excellence as HR for its largest R&D center outside the United States at Noida, India. He strongly believes that human resources is truly an objective and strategic business partner today. And practically today everything drives around and gets determined by how companies successfully manage their people to get the business results they so desire. Welcome you, sir. Mr. Sandeep Sahi. Sandeep Sahi is a Managing Director and Vice President at clickable.com. He worked with Microsoft, Aditi Technologies, and Talisma Corporation. Clickable is an online marketing domain and helps business thrive using search and social media. Clickable uses various social tools on the overall employee life cycle. Welcome, you, sir. Mr. Akhil Busrai will be the chairperson for this session, and our speakers here will be giving their respective presentations. Over to you, sir.
Suchitra, Sandeep, Rajesh, and Gautam, and fellow professionals. I would like to thank DMA, particularly Dr. Rita Saxena, for inviting, and this is a good opportunity to meet people, learn from them, especially particular session. I was excited because when we talk of technology and HR, we were amongst the last ones in pedigree of organizations to adopt technology, and we are now getting most impacted by the use of technology in our profession. And it's very refreshing to have people like Sandeep here and to learn from them as to how they are going to change and make your job and my job obsolete. So you don't have too much of creative ideas because there are jobs to be preserved. But on a serious note, if you look at the decades time, incidentally our format will be, we'll speak for about 7 to 10 minutes each and open to question answers. If you look back in the earlier days of personnel, what were we famous for? We were famous for 2-3 things. One was the HR policy was kept by HR. So everybody had to come to HR. We were famous for running the processes. So if you wanted to even apply for a leave, you had to go to a personnel department to get a form. And we actually thought we were very powerful because we were like Nandi bulls in a temple. that bull serves no purpose, is not worshipped, but unless you cross that bull, you can't go to the temple. And we were HR personnel was actually famous for controlling everything in the organization. And we were actually known that before you ask from anybody in personnel, the answer would be no, and then they would say, what's your question? Now, that was the scenario, in real life situation, when we have seen that forms, record keeping, reports were actually our forte. And we thrived in that submission to that organization. But then over the period of time, the question is, have we become smarter as a function? And whether we ask, and because the business challenges today are revolving around one very simple thing of how to run a business effectively at lower cost. So cost is one of the main driving factor, and of course related with that is efficiency, effectiveness, etc. But if the cost is one factor, and the other change that is happening is the global workforce is no more brick and mortar offices. People are getting to work in spread out areas, both geographically, and I keep saying this earlier, that today geography has become history. Has no respect for geographical boundaries, where people work, what is produced where, how it is. And the end result is that